Hey folks, welcome to the Dice Tower. I'm Sam.
I'm Jessie.
And this is a new series of videos that I think we're going to start doing here. It's called Our Flippin' Thoughts. And we're going to start with a game that we have been playing for the last, I don't know what, it took us about 6 months to get through this, yeah? This is Ticket to Ride Legacy Legends of the West. Probably seen Ticket to Ride on shelves in stores like Walmart and Target. This is a legacy style version of that game, which means that you're going to be consuming parts of the game as you play through it. And then at the end of that, you will have your own customized copy of Ticket to Ride that you can play. Legacy games don't always do that. Legacy games sometimes you consume them, and then after the end, well, you're done. So, our flippin' thoughts. That's going to denote 4 categories that we're going to talk about these games in. The first one is fun factor. The second one is going to be layout, which is where we talk about mechanisms that we enjoyed or didn't enjoy. We're also going to talk about intensity, where it's going to be the complexity of the game. How hard was it? How easy was it? That kind of thing. And then finally, we'll talk about the production value. And then we will give it a final rating at the end of this along the lines of your Dice Tower rating system. So a best number out of 10. This one's going to be a little bit different because we can't really show you much of the stuff that's in here because we've already played through all of it. So us showing you what's inside this box will inevitably spoil some of the things that you are going to be introduced to if you play through it. So I don't want to do that. All right, so our first category is going to be fun factor. And the question that we ask here is quite simply, was it fun or was it not fun? Yes or no, and why? So for me, was it fun? Yes. It was absolutely fun. One of the things that I liked about it, the reason why it was fun for me, is that it managed to feel like it was a historical game without actually really spending a whole lot of time on actual history. I mean, it's definitely encased within history in how the railroads were built and all of that kind of stuff, but and certain stories from history about it, but it's not like super accurate and super detailed and all of that other kind of stuff. So for me, it was fun because it felt like we were taking this historical trip through the construction of the railroads in America.
Yeah,
and I thought that was pretty fun.
Yeah, I thought it was really fun. It's different than a regular Ticket to Ride. Mm-hmm. So when I first started, I was like, how is that going to be a legacy? Because it's just Ticket to Ride.
Right.
Oh my gosh, we're adding all these different things.
Yes.
And all this different new stuff.
Yeah.
So that was kind of cool. And I liked it. It was fun.
And the problem with a legacy game, again, I'm mentioning it again, is that we can't really talk much about specifics. Just realize that it is Ticket to Ride with like a monster and a Red Bull thrown in there. and that's pretty much what it is, because there's a lot of core mechanisms that go along with Ticket to Ride, but they sprinkle in a whole bunch of new stuff, and it made it really an enjoyable experience.
I was surprised how every episode felt so different. Mm-hmm. I liked that.
Yeah.
I was like, this is not what I was expecting.
You're still doing the same thing. You're still playing Ticket to Ride, but there's so many different things that they add into it that each episode does feel just a little bit different. Yeah. So fun factor for me is going to be a 4 out of 5. I really had a great time with this.
I also agree. It was a 4 out of 5. It was super fun.
Okay. Layout is going to be where we talk about the different mechanisms of the game. Generally speaking, we can't really talk much about that here without being spoilerish. So you'll just have to basically kind of take our words for it. Because we can't show you what we enjoyed. We can't talk about why we enjoyed X, Y, and Z, because if we do that, it'll spoil something for you. So generally speaking with me, I'll give you a comparison. Regular Ticket to Ride, as far as gameplay and mechanisms is concerned, is probably around a 2 out of 5 for me. They're not they're not incredibly enjoyable mechanisms. They're simple and they're fun, but they're not like, wow, I got a lot of oomph out of this.
Yeah.
It's just not that. This one was probably about a 3.5 out of 5 for me because of all of those extra things that they added into it.
They did. And each episode felt different because of the way the mechanisms worked. Each one felt like, oh, I have to kind of attack this a different way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does change not what you're doing, but why and how you're doing something.
Right.
So that does make a sense. So what's your out of 5?
It is just Ticket to Ride. Mm-hmm. There are some additions.
Yeah.
So I would say it's a 3 out of 5.
A 3. So 3.5 and a 3. Now, intensity is going to be that part of the video where we talk about how complex the game is and how is it easy or is it difficult? Is there a lot going on? Is there not too much going on? That kind of thing here. So intensity for me is going to be pretty low. This is probably going to be around a 2 for me. Now, normal Ticket to Ride is probably going to be around a 1.5, 1.7 for me specifically. Complexity is something that really can fluctuate depending upon the person that's talking about it. Mm-hmm. If somebody's used to heavyweight games, they're going to take a look at something like Ticket to Ride and say that it's next to nothing.
Yeah.
So take that for with a grain of salt. For me, the intensity level of this one is probably right around a 2, and that's because of all of that extra stuff that gets added in with these different episodes and carried along through multiple episodes, generally speaking. And I did like that. It's kind of ratchets up the complexity just a smidge, but it was very rewarding.
The intensity for me is a little different. There were actually a couple episodes that I played. There were some things going on the board that I actually just ignored and played Ticket to Ride because I could not understand what was going on or how to get over there and how to do that. But that's how I process things.
Yeah.
So for me, it was probably like a 2.7. Like there were points where I was like, nope, I'm not going to go anywhere over there. All of my trains were on the other side. I didn't even process some of them. Now, I loved them. They were cool. I liked all the different things. But there were some that I just went, nah.
A little bit too much.
Well, it's hard to do and try to build your trains.
Everything, right.
And
I get it. Production. This is where we're going to talk about the actual component quality of the game. Now, this is Days of Wonder, and if you know anything about Days of Wonder, their component quality is usually what I would consider kind of the standard for the industry. If it is Days of Wonder level of quality, I'm happy about it. If it's below, then you need to pump up your game a little bit. So for me specifically, and for a long time, Days of Wonder has been kind of the standard of what I would consider to be good component quality.
Sure.
And this definitely fills that bill very well. You're going to get a ton of train cars for everybody. You're going to get a ton of cards. You're going to get a ton of other things. I mean, the box is big, and it is, you can't feel how heavy it is, but it's chunky. It is not light in any way, shape, or form. There is a lot of content in this box, and it's all really well done. But production goes a little bit further than that and into all of the little details that have to be taken care of. All of the different lines that have to be matched, and all of the different things on this that have to match the thing, you know, what you do in episode 3 is going to have some kind of effect in episode 10, you know? It's just that kind, with all of those details, the production quality is really well done. Really well done.
I agree. One of the things I really liked is all the different cards and how they play into all the different things. Like you said, this one's going to have an effect now and an effect for the next 3 episodes. And this one is effect you only have to do just this game.
Yeah.
So you have to tackle this.
Yeah.
But I really liked the cards and how each box in the cards was like had their own thing and they had numbers. It was very clear. Use this card, use this number. And all those details were thought out. So I thought it was really nice.
Artwork is very good on everything. There's a lot of little Easter eggy type stuff on all of the different maps that you're going to be using over the course of the game. So that just everything about production for me was very, very well done. So again, this is another 4 out of 5
This
for
is
me.
a 4 for me also.
So that's for production quality. Now, as far as our final rating is concerned for the game, we're going to give, I'm going to give, we'll do separate. I'm going to give Ticket to Ride Legends of the West a solid 8 out of 10 for me. I have not yet gone through and done what I need to do to get it ready to play on its, my own little customized board. I haven't done that yet, but I am going to do it, and we are going to play it. And it's one of those things where I'm not going to get rid of it because there's a little bit of a nostalgia factor. You know, the us and the other couple that we played this with, we spent a lot of time together.
Yeah.
So there's that nostalgia factor there, but it's also a useful game. It's still a way that I can play Ticket to Ride that's different than anybody else's copy that's out there.
Right.
So I really enjoy that about this. So it's an 8 out of 10 for me.
I would say it's a 9 out of 10. I loved it. I thought it was fun.
Okay, you enjoyed it that much.
I did.
All right,
I thought
that's
it was
cool.
great.
Very
and
cool.
I like the idea that we can this became customized and becomes ours. I think that's neat.
Yep, that's cool. All right, well, that's 8 and a 9 out of 10. Hopefully you enjoyed this, and we will be back periodically to do this on Mondays every once in a while. So that's our flippin' thoughts about Ticket to Ride.
Absolutely.
Legends of the West. See you guys and gals on the flip side.
Bye.
Take care.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you like this review or whatever you just watched, wasn't it amazing? Check out our channel, Dice Tower. We have all kinds of things. We review games, we do top 10s, we play games live. It's all about board games, but especially the people who play them. Check out Dice Tower YouTube channel.